Good morning. This is Holly with Holly's Joys, and I'm here today to once again talk about a reaction or life experience that goes along with someone else's video. And that someone else is Jerry Wise. And I've been watching his videos, and they have been incredibly informative and really helpful to me to kind of understand myself on that next level. So I am referring to the video that he talked about the 25 common traits of adults of narcissistic abuse. And I'm obviously an adult, so I'm going to talk specifically about one: chronic doubt and low self-worth. I have struggled with this my whole life. Like, I doubt myself, and so if somebody else says do something, then I'm all in doing it. And that's not necessarily what I'm supposed to be doing, because I know me and I know what I want to do. I know what I'm good at. I know what I should do. I just doubted it so much. And the low self-worth, I mean, it was really brutal. So I've got a few stories that I wanted to share with you that kind of go along with this. When I was a girl, I had a friend who just loved cars. And I mean, I liked cars too. Certain ones, I like certain ones. I'm not really into the cars. Like, I don't know models and makes. And it may be from this event. I kind of shut down about cars after this. So anyway, I was passionate about the Corvette. And it's the one that had the hips, and I loved the red ones. And I was just like, I might have been 14, 15 years old, just on the cusp of getting your license. And I was just dreaming one day I'm going to own a Corvette. I was so excited about it. And my friend and I would talk cars, and just, we loved it. And so one day I remember coming out of my bedroom. It must have been summer. And my mom was sitting there in her typical, she had her chair, and she had her cigarette and her iced tea, and the whole setup. And she's sitting there, and I don't even know what exactly that I said, but I was dreaming out loud about how amazing it was going to be to one day own a Corvette. And she snapped off, I don't know, so disproportionate to what I was saying. She was like, something about, I don't know who you think you are. You think you're so much better than everybody else. Nothing's ever good enough for you. And I was just like, I was completely gobsmacked and taken aback. And I just immediately, it was like a toilet drain. I just sucked back into myself. And I plummeted. And by the way, when my children dream of things, I want them to. So I really don't know from where this attitude of hers came from. I was not saying, "Hey, you need to buy me a Corvette." That would have never happened. I was way too smart for that, and they would have never done it. So it wouldn't even have occurred to me. I was dreaming about how I was going to grow up and make something of myself, like be able to afford a Corvette, and really, So those types of things really affected me. And I had those many times throughout my childhood where she would really get upset about my dreams and wanting to do well for myself. And so in order to, I guess it's part of people pleasing as well, I didn't want to upset her. It never occurred to me that that would be upsetting. And so I just dialed myself back. And I began to, I had already experienced at that point some deep depressions and, like anxiety. The anxiety was really, really pronounced. And anytime I just felt like I had to guard my words. Like, I didn't even understand how to do it. So I just spoke very little, which is really what she wanted me to speak. Very little, if not, just not at all. And I don't know. I didn't understand at the time that that was her issue and not mine. I was really just a kid. But it did affect me for many, many years. And I started listening to some videos about gratitude. And, it started me. I've been on this journey my whole time. Because I've always looked into spiritual things, which I do like, and I found a lot of growth in that. And so the reason doing this video today is to let you know you're not alone if you struggle with these sort of, I don't know how to make you happy internal dialogues, and this, you know, having other people misinterpret what you're saying to like try and control you or put you down, or I don't really even know what that is, but that don't like what you're saying. um, Try to put yourself around people who can embrace what you're saying and what you're doing, and to help you love yourself and to love them. I think that she was just so unhappy in herself. I really don't know what it was. And of course she's long deceased, but you know, I never thought of it that way. And so I started to think that if I wanted to do well for myself, this was my internal, you're dissing other people. That's making other people feel bad. So I really had to keep myself in a position of not doing well. And there's been many years where I did not do well. And it's really kind of heartbreaking because I think I do have a lot to offer, but I just never realized it. I never realized it. And I want to encourage you today that you have a lot to offer. You would not be on this earth. You would not be incarnated as a person if you did not have a lot to offer. I want to know what you think and feel about things. I personally really do want to know that. I'm a good listener. I I will read your stories if you want me to tell your story. I will embrace what happened to you. I will be understanding. I will not think ill of you, especially these childhood things. I mean, you're just a kid. So, I mean, we do things. So anyway, check out Jerry Wise's videos. Please like and share this video. I'm on Patio Pet on Facebook, so follow there. That's my art projects and different things that I'm doing. And then on YouTube, I have these narcissistic abuse, uh, basically survivors, adults that have survived childhood with a narcissist. And I don't know if my parents were narcissistic. This is just the symptoms that I have, the things that I feel go along with Jerry Wise's interpretation of what it is to be an adult child of a narcissist. So I'm not trying to diagnose. I'm just trying to be the best person that I can be today, right now. So I also have a bachelor's degree, and I also have a license for metaphysical ministry. So anyway, those are the things that I like to do, and my credentials, if you will, which I really don't think matter all that much. And I've had a lot of experience with some traumatic childhood events and some traumatic adult ones too, because it doesn't stop when you turn 18, does it? So anyway, like, share, follow, do all the things, push all the buttons, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.